Production.
Outstanding.
Welcome again to another video. It's your boy Eldorado. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and leave some comments below. In this video, what I'm going to do is tell you 5 mixing tips what you can do to improve your mix or possibly avoid to work faster or even better uh, when mixing your session. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First, I think you can have is a method of mixing using a template in which, as you can see here on the screen, I have color coded all tracks that are associated with each other. I have this session here. I usually mix this particular way in which it helps to give me a consistent sound when I am mixing. So I usually start off with a template, very little to no plugin on it, and majority of the time they are bypassed, and how they are in the session, I might swap out plugin, depends on the type of material that I'm working. So having a template or a method of mixing to keep a consistent sound when mixing. The second one is a method of gain staging. Oftentimes you record or get sessions that are extreme, are vocals per se, even drums, instrumental that are very loud. A method of gain staging, it doesn't matter which DAW that you use, it has a method of gain staging. For me, I normally turn down mine until they are in the, like vocals are in the green zone of the fader, and I usually have my fader method on Pro Tools Classic because I'm very much used to this type of Pro Tools fader from Pro Tools 10. Every DAW have a similar way of metering, stuff like that. So I'm used to that sort of gain staging method. So it helps me to keep a consistent sound in mixing whatever song that I'm doing. Another thing I see on a couple mixes when I review certain stuff or getting session from other engineers to work on, oftentimes I do not see grouping. Grouping it helps organize your stuff, and it helps you to focus on what you are mixing at that very moment. So for instance, you reach like way down in the song and you're supposed to go up and adjust like some keys and synth, probably some strings. As you can see here, the color coding has to do with like how I group my stuff. In the bottom left corner, I have groups of the stuff are the things that I am working on within this session. So if I'm to solo up something and work on a particular part of the song, I send the session for revision, send the song for revision. It is easier to navigate within the group that I'm working with to make the adjustment based upon the feedback that I have gotten for that particular mix. It can be very tedious to set up these things, but having a workflow like how you go about doing a grouping and stuff like that, you can set a grouping from your templates. Even boils back down to the method of mixing that you have. So grouping is also essential, and do not avoid making your groups to mixing. Next on this list is mixing priority. Oftentimes I do not have session to mix, and then there are a bunch of sessions there. Mixing with priority, not doing that can be very detrimental. You and people can have argument. You're mixing too slow, you're doing this, you're doing that, and not focusing on whatever the case may be. So for instance, you get a song like in the middle of the week and you start to edit and so forth like that. You have to prioritize in a couple days time, this is what I must achieve, with this particular song. So you work on it for 3-4 days, and by the end of the 3-4 days, you're supposed to achieve what you set out to achieve with that particular mix. However, tweaking it may take a couple more days and so forth like that, but it's good to give it a break, like a day or two, and go back to it and listen it, because that can help you to identify things that you haven't heard at the set time in which you're supposed to mix off that particular song. So you can spend 150 hours on one particular song. If it's that bad that you have to be fixing a lot of things, get them to track over but the song or reject the song. It doesn't make sense because of the mullah. You're going to spend endless hours and back and forth and disagreement about this and that. Sometimes you have to know when to reject a particular song, so the artist or the producer can know, all right, I have to have or develop a keen ears for quality, because having a lot of quality in whatever you're mixing or working on, it is very important. And why I say that, it is easier to mix, it is easier to process, it is easier to do everything when the sound source having that quality sound what you're going after. So there are very little to no work to do there when the sounds come with a lot of potent quality to it. It's just that the mixing engineer, have to enhance that particular mix or particular sounds that you have gotten. So last but not least is over processing your mix. Now you can see a lot of plugins are in my session, and there are times you're going to see minimal plugins in my session. For me, I try to keep a consistent sound when I am mixing, and oftentimes I've gotten vocals that are mixed and that are recorded on God knows what type of microphone, and there are engineers out there that record songs and do not take certain things into consideration. So I have to process some vocals somewhere in which I process some the other way. Oftentimes I even get vocals that are recorded with these microphones that comes with these budget interface, and I have to tell you, there's so much I can do to it, knowing what I can do. So that can lead to over processing. But if you find yourself that you're over processing some stuff, please do, take a step back and look at what you haven't done before if you gain stage it properly from the beginning. Because not gain staging, the mix eventually is going to get loud, and you're going to EQ out this and you're going to EQ out that, in which all you need to do is just turn down clip gain so it does not hit the EQ or the distortion or the saturator or compressor at a certain level. So if you go into the plugin hot, you're going to have problem. So that can lead to over processing your mix, using this and using that. But majority of the time, like you see, I have like 10 plugins on a channel. Sometimes I may be fixing a bad mix, or sometimes I may be going after a certain sound, because like running the sound through a plugin sometimes can give off a certain sound. So not because I see my session like this, it doesn't mean that I am over processing something. It's just that I'm doing something to achieve a sound. So to avoid over processing your mix, please do check the volume of each synth, keys, bass, ethnic instrument, percussion, drums. Just check the volume of it and check if you're gaining too much volume in whatever you're processing, using to process that particular sound. So don't over process your mix, and that is the final mixing tip for this one that you can do to avoid and enhance your mixing experience as a young, intermediate, or beginner engineer. So if I have left out anything, or you have anything that you can add to this, please do leave some comments below, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll catch you in another video. It's a boy Eldorado. Peace out.